That also can be done using web services connector. Okay. And again, yeah, written document shape. I have already talked about that. It will store the document inside that. No end button will be there, and it will be sending the documents back to the customer or client, however the response is there. Whoever is sending the request, for them it is sending back the response. Okay, this is the work of this written document shape. It always stores the data and sends back the data to whoever has placed the request. Okay. It should always be placed after at the last of the written document shape should always be placed at the in API calls. I'm talking about API calls. In the other processes, you can place it wherever you want that written documents. Wherever you want the data should be written, there you can add in other processes. But in API calls, it should be always the end shape. Okay, you are not using stop or any end shape in this API calls. You are using written documents. As that, it will be store the data and sending back into the process. Okay, what are this API service or API proxies? That they are independently deployed together. Independently deployed and in the API. In the Boomi thing. Okay. Service components will be like they are independently deployed, and this proxy components, they are not independently deployed. Like SOAP and REST services, they are you are making the separate calls for the client thing, whatever the client they have mentioned to get the information. For there, you are using SOAP and REST calls to make. Those are called API service and proxy components. Okay, and yeah, in shared web server, you can go to shared web server in the manage in the manage tab. Go to manage tab. Yeah, Atom management. Click on any one atom. Atom, this side. No. Select. Okay, scroll down. See, there you have shared web server. Click on that. Yeah. So here you are configuring the web server. Okay. See what is the port, what API type should be done. This is intermediate. Okay, they have already set for this. Okay, see the base path is like from which laptop we are getting the request and response. What is the external port, where should be done. Like that, you can add many ports. Okay, if you are in RPA, do you use ports, Shakti?
We'll be sending for mails, we'll be using ports.
Okay. The same way, this ports you can add many ports as you want from where the data should be taken. The the shared web server does that thing. Okay. It'll from here, if you're adding this, configuring this and selecting the same shared web server in that process, whatever configurations are done here, scroll up. You have more advanced settings and all. Yeah, see what is the internal host. You should give the IP address there and IP address of external host and the URL, maximum number of threads. The count, maximum number of calls made, that is called threads. Okay, that you can be given, and like that you can configure this web server. Okay. API types are like 3 types: basic, intermediate, and advanced. Okay, this shared web server also depends on the Atom. Okay, how your organization have purchased or installed Atom, they have subscribed only for that Atom, it will be accessible. Okay. See, usually how organization to cost cuttings, they only give access for this API calls and all for prod Atom and the any one of the dev Atom. Okay, not let's say you have 4 or 5 development items, for all the 5 will not be given. Okay, for cost cutting reasons, they'll give you to only one or two items will be selected. Only for that API calls will be accessible.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Next is this API management service. I have told in the services tab, you have API management tab only. There you can like it's like a service. I mean, however the integration you are building, the same way the component library I showed you, right? The component library after deployment.
Yeah.
It will be there. The same way the API management also will be done. Okay. If you want to remake the API call, you can reprocess that from there only. I mean, like it's basically like managing and controlling the usage of this whole APIs you are using. Whatever APIs you are using in that call, it's like basically controlling and managing the usage of that APIs.
Okay, it's like control room.
Yeah, control panel. See, you can see how many calls have been made. Let's say you have built one API service and deployed that in this atom. If you go to this API management, there you can see how many times this API call has failed, or how many responses it has got, how many requests you have got. Like that, you can manage in this tab.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else in this API call?
No, no, Chaitra. I mean, you are saying this thing, Chaitra, in dashboard.
Yeah, usage history. Yeah.
Hmm.
See, you can select their current view. It is showing for all the environments. You can either select for prod environment like that, test atom, like that you can see.
Okay.
You can scroll. You have their average response time for scroll down. Okay, save it. Yeah, save it and then see. You have API usage trends. Trends is like if one API call is used the most, then that will be ranked as 1. Like that, all will be rankings will be given. Most used API will be rankings will be given. Okay, this is the response time, request and response time for one API. How many seconds it has taken to milliseconds? Sorry, how many milliseconds have been taken to get the response, and all this data related to API will be there in this API management tab. Okay. Yeah. Anything with this API call?
No, Chaitra. Yeah.
Okay, Shakti. Then, I mean, we'll have 1 hour session for today. That's enough. And
Okay.
tomorrow we'll have one more session.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, please go through this API calls, because tomorrow I'll be starting with SOAP and REST calls. That is
Okay.
totally dependent on this APIs only.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. If you have any doubts, go through this and ask. Tomorrow you'll have not tomorrow. Monday you'll be having one more assessment
Okay.
regarding this week's session.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Anything about this session?
No, Chaitra. And tomorrow we can have it same time, Chaitra, or
Yeah, your wish. I mean, whenever you're free.
okay.
Okay, you're free, right, tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm working for. I'm supporting this weekend.
Okay, I mean, then you're free, or you're
Yeah, I'm free, Chaitra.
okay. Then tomorrow we'll go through this SOAP and REST services.
Okay.
So yeah, and one more thing I wanted to say, Shakti, all those recordings, create one Google Drive and share it with me, and I have sent you the mail ID, right? Billing response for ACTE.
Yeah. Before joining this class, Sanjana called me regarding this.
Okay, yeah, she called me twice also. She's asking for the recordings. It is that we should record the sessions. It seems I was not aware of that before.
Okay.
So she's like, "Oh no, you should record the sessions."
Okay.
So I told like only one of them can record the sessions, right? Like both cannot record the session.
Yeah.
So sorry, I told the same thing to her, and she's like, "Okay, ask him to share it with me."
Okay.
Yeah, create a document.